Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be planning for the week of August 10th through the 16th. This is a memory keeping spread for our vacation to Gatlinburg last week. So I am going to use this kit from Avalon Ninth. I thought this kit would be absolutely perfect. This is a lot of what we did during the week. I especially love this box right here with the coffee mugs. We did a lot of tent camping, and this s'more box is perfect. We did a lot of hiking, so the colors in this and the theme was perfect for this vacation. In this kit you get 9 full boxes. This is your half box sheet and also 2 rows of third boxes. And this sheet has your scripts. It has some icons down here, some doodles, some deco, and 2 weekend banners. This kit actually could very easily be used for 2 different weeks. Also, that's upside down. Here are your letter headers, and down here these are her version of little things. This one says not gonna be hangry, which I love. This says churno surfing, which is kind of for like TV. You have 2 habit trackers and 2 weekly trackers. This is all of your smaller boxes. You have a ton of quartered stitch boxes. These are kind of single check boxes, appointment labels, scalloped doodle boxes, and a ton of sticky notes, which I love. This is your bottom washi sheet. I love this light blue plaid. It's beautiful. And then you have some cut washi in different patterns down here. This is the checkbox sheet. Amanda is really good about, she changes up the different bullet points for the check marks. This one looks like it's just maybe a little bit of a squiggle, but sometimes she has like a backpack and her back to school kit and different icons to match the kit. And then this is your glitter header sheet. You get a ton of glitter headers, and you actually get 2 sets of date covers, which is awesome if you want to kind of spread this into 2 planners or over the course of 2 weeks. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this. I am going to do my first voiceover ever, so bear with me. If this is a little bit different than what you're used to, it just helps a lot during the boring parts where I'm laying down the date covers and the bottom washi, so stay tuned. Alright, so I actually decided that I was going to do a voiceover for the entire bulk of the spread just to help make the video shorter, so you will be hearing me talk about the spread in about 2 times the playback on the screen. But yeah, first voiceover, so bear with me. This should be interesting. Hopefully I get the swing of things and it's a little bit easier to watch. 20 minutes is a lot easier to watch than 45 minutes, so hopefully it's easier. As you can see, I had to flip back to a previous week while I was putting down my glitter headers. I could not remember exactly where I lined them up with this planner. This is the Limelife vertical 7x9 planner, and it doesn't fit Erin Condren stickers exactly right where the lines are, so I kind of have to remember where exactly I put my glitter headers to fit everything in there. Eventually I will just know where to put them, but I still have to look back occasionally to figure out exactly where they go. Anyways, right now I am just putting down my glitter headers, and I actually decided to keep the dates the way they were, which is perfect for the spread because the colors in the kit are kind of like woodsy themed and a little bit darker, so the gray date covers on the top actually work pretty well. So I didn't use the date covers. I will just save those for a spread, I don't know, down the road. But this week is the week of our camping trip to Gatlinburg. It was quite a drive down there, let me tell you. It was long, and my girls, Ava and Natalie, they are 7 and 4, so they did pretty well. We brought their tablets, and they have Nintendo DS's that they brought, and they had coloring books, and they were pretty good. It's just sitting in a car for that long in a period of time is always kind of tedious. I am just going ahead and whiting out the banner on the side, the top banner and the bottom banner. I don't have a problem keeping those banners if they match the spread, like the color kind of fits the spread, but I didn't feel like it really matched the kit this week, so I went ahead and whited those out. I do use the Tombow Correction whiteout, which is absolutely perfect. Also, if you just saw a change in my lighting, I have been having issues with my lighting, and I think I finally figured out how to get my light on the left of the screen to be as bright on the right of the screen. It's still not absolutely perfect, but I kind of had to angle it a certain way. So if that just got brighter right there, it wasn't your eye. It actually did get brighter because I kind of finagled it a little bit. So I went ahead and put the full box with the kind of coffee mugs in the top of the sidebar, and then a glitter header, and then I put a weekly tracker where I'm going to write down what we had for dinner, and then the sticky note from the kit is just to mark that we were on vacation to Gatlinburg that week. And then I put a half box, which will be for a memory from the week, like a happy memory or whatever. And then I put the 9th full box that comes in the kit at the bottom. So then I just went ahead and kind of took a look at the full boxes and spread them out across the spread. I like to try and put full boxes with the same background on opposite sides of the planner, so it kind of balances it out. And my favorite full box is the s'mores box. We actually didn't do s'mores at all while in Gatlinburg, which is pretty crazy because typically when you camp, that's what you do. But we had this ice cream place that was down the road from us, and it had all sorts of goodies and fun baked goods, and we ended up frequenting that place 3 times during the week. So that kind of took over for s'mores, which I was perfectly fine with. So then the double box that I just put down, I love. It is actually a combined double box. So it is one big sticker, so you don't have to worry about kind of lining it up with the tent. So it was absolutely perfect. The bottom washi that I'm currently putting down was an issue for me. I could not line up the bottom washi to save my life. I could not, I don't know what it was. And the way I lined it up, the bottom washi was just a tad too big, so I ended up having to trim it. But this side right here was the one where I struggled. I pulled it up, I put it down, I kind of creased it in the middle, and then I ended up just saying it was fine. My husband came and brought me scissors, and I chopped off the bottom part of the washi. So into the plans. I am currently writing down my dinner. We had awesome food while we were in Gatlinburg. We ate out a couple times. We have a favorite barbecue place that I think our family had twice, and my parents and my brother and his family had 3 times. And I love kind of writing down where we went, so when I look back on the spreads, I can kind of see places that we've gone to, what we liked, what we didn't like. I then put down a camping sticker from Bubba Bear Studios, and I wrote in that we were on vacation to Gatlinburg this week. I bought this white gel pen off of Amazon. I'm not super happy with it. It's very thick, so I am currently in the market to try to find a different white gel pen. If anybody has any recommendations, I would love them. And then I just wrote down that my favorite part of the camping trip was our hike to Grotto Falls, which was this beautiful, beautiful hike. It was like 1.4 miles up, and it ended with this waterfall that you could go in, and you could walk on the rocks, and you could go underneath the waterfall. It was very, very cool. So Monday, my husband woke up nice and early. He was up at 5:30 that day. I ended up waking up with him and could not go back to bed, which was fine. We are on vacation, and if I don't sleep a lot, then I don't sleep a lot. And then that morning, it actually thunderstormed We were supposed to have rain the entire week. We got super, super lucky, and it only rained about half a day, which was this day. So we were stuck in the rain that day, but that's it. We also went downtown Gatlinburg this day and went shopping. It was actually not super busy, and everybody was wearing masks, which I was super excited about because it made me more comfortable going down there. We were only down there for a little bit, and we went to lunch at a place called Dick's Last Resort. It is it is this restaurant where their whole philosophy of the restaurant is to kind of be rude and sarcastic to you. I'm sure you've been or heard of a place like that around you. They're all over the place, but my girls thought it was hilarious. For a dessert this night, we ended up going to a place called Mad Dog's Creamery, and it is the ice cream place I was talking about down the road. They had deep fried Twinkies, and they had funnel cakes, and they had cotton candy burritos, and it was absolutely delicious. The next morning, we woke up and had eggs and bacon with pancakes. And the boys, my dad, my brother, and my husband went whitewater rafting by themselves, and they had a great time. They got a ton of footage on the GoPro, so it is very cool to see. I stayed back at the campsite with my sister-in-law and my mom and all the kids, and we did some crafting and kind of lounged around. My girls ended up taking an hour nap, which was sorely needed. And then when they woke up, we went down to the watering hole, which is a river that comes down from the mountain, and it goes right past the campground that we stay at. So you can go down there and swim in the river, and there's this little watering hole area that is out of the river flow, and it is a ton of fun. And then when my husband got back, he took Willow, our 9-month-old German Shepherd, down to the water, and she went swimming for the first time and absolutely loved it. And then that night we just had some family time, took some hikes, kind of lounged around the fire, and just kind of had a chill night. The next morning, we got up, and Sam and the girls and I, we went into the mountains and went on a hike. The trail was called the Old Man's Trail, and we just kind of hiked to wherever, came back down, and then played in a river and kind of explored for a couple hours that morning. And then we went to DeLauder's Barbecue, which is our favorite restaurant down there. It is this little restaurant we found a couple years ago. We have been back every year since, and this trip we went twice, and it's amazing. It's got brisket, and it has ribs, and it has pulled pork, and it is so good. And then the rest of the day we just did some tubing, which was honestly probably the kids' favorite part, was being able to tube down the river, go through some small rapids, and then come hang out at the watering hole. There's a huge rock that you can jump off there, so they had fun doing that, jumping off the rock with Sam. And then that night we went to the funnel cake factory and had some yummy funnel cakes. And I also watched our school board meeting to kind of see what was going on for school next year. The next morning, we got up and went shopping in Pigeon Forge, which is about 30 minutes away. This was our last full day on vacation, which was so sad, but we went to a couple places. The girls had some money that they got to spend and buy whatever they wanted. They both ended up getting stuffed animals and a keychain and some candy. And then after that, we went to this ginormous Christmas store, which is my favorite holiday, so I loved it in there. And then after that, we ended up going to Publix subs. We live in Michigan, and we don't have any Publix near us, so going and getting a Publix sub is like a big deal for us. And every single trip we go, and it is always so good. When we got back, Sam went and he had bought some goggles and a snorkel, and he took the girls diving in the river to try to see what was down there. They found some big fish, and they found a bracelet, and they found some very cool things down there, and the girls had a ton of fun. And of course, since it was our last full day there, we went back to Mad Dog's Creamery, and we got the cotton candy burrito, which was so delicious. You get 3 scoops of ice cream inside, and then it's wrapped in cotton candy, and it had sprinkles in it, and it was an absolute sugar rush. But it was so good, and it was a great way to end the vacation. We got up, unfortunately, the next morning and had to pack up and go home, which was so sad, but we were gone for like a total of 9 days, so it was time. We got on the road about 9:30 or so and drove, I think, 6.5 hours that day. And wasn't too bad, actually. It went by pretty quickly. It was really pretty because we got to drive through the mountains some. We hit quite a big storm on the first leg of the journey, so it was a little slow going. But we ended up getting to Ohio around 3 or so. We stopped in southern Ohio for the night and ended up getting White Castle. It was my first time ever having White Castle. I was pretty impressed. I ended up eating like 5 little sandwiches. We don't have White Castle up here, so I got to have it for the first time, and so did Ava and Natalie. Sam is from Florida, so he grew up with it. But I thought it was pretty delicious, and we got some smoothies, which were really good too. We ended up just chilling at the campground that night, playing at the playground, and played a board game that my niece had brought. It was Headbands, and everybody had a great time playing that. And then we finished the night watching the movie Spaceballs. If you've never seen it, it is kind of a parody off of Star Wars, and it is hilarious. It's an older-ish movie, like 80s movie, but it is so funny, and yeah, you should definitely watch it. The next morning, we got up and popped back in the car for another about 4.5 hours, and made it home. I think we made it home about 11:30, 12 o'clock-ish. We made really good time, and I think we left the campground at about 7:15 that morning, so it was a fairly easy drive, and the girls slept a little bit. By that time, Willow was about ready to be home. She did great in the car for a 9-month-old dog, so I will take it. We've learned that we cannot feed her before we leave because she pukes in the car, but if we don't feed her, then she's fine. Once we got home, we unpacked, which is the worst part about vacation, but we did it anyways. We are pretty good about, right when we get home, we unpack our car and just get it done and out of the way, because we know if we don't do it right away, then it gets procrastinated and then takes forever to get done. And then after we unpacked, we let the chickens out. They hadn't been out in a week, so we got out. We let them out and cleaned up the coop, fed them, redid their water, and then the dreaded laundry. Lots of laundry after vacation, so that's how I ended my night, was doing 2 or 3 loads of laundry from all of our vacation clothes and our towels and our bathing suits and all that fun jazz. The next morning continued all of the chores from after you get back from vacation. I grabbed Starbucks because I hadn't had it in like 9 days, and with my Starbucks armed and ready, I went grocery shopping. We had absolutely no food because we had eaten down everything because we were going to be gone for so long. So I went grocery shopping and cleaned out my fridge when I got back because there has some food that had expired, and even now my fridge is fairly empty just because I didn't want to buy too much. We're pretty good about not buying excess. That way food doesn't go bad, so we buy just what we need. I meal plan every week, so we don't have a whole ton of extra food. So then after grocery shopping, I came back and I took off my nails. My nails that I had gotten done about a month ago took a beating on vacation, and I just decided to take them off and repaint them at home. I will maybe get them done again, maybe not. I don't really know. We'll see. They're painted right now. And then later on that day, I went to Costco to start getting stuff for school. My mom and I went, and when I got back, we watched Hamilton for the first time with the girls. They had been wanting to watch it forever, and we finally started it. We actually didn't finish it this night, but we did start it. So after that was bath night, and the girls scrubbed off all of the camping stuff, and that was it. It was a great vacation. I can't even complain. It was an awesome vacation, an awesome trip to Gatlinburg. I'm so excited that we got to go this year. I know in this voiceover I didn't say where stickers were from. Next time I will probably maybe slow it down a little bit and maybe do 1.5 speed, so that way I can tell you about each sticker and where it's from. If you have any questions, put it down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this spread. I love how it turned out. I love the simplicity of it and the memories that are associated with it. It turned out perfect. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know if you have anything that you want to see, any planners that you want to see, if you would like to see meal planning, or if you want more memory spreads, or if you want a pre-planning spread. But thank you for joining, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you guys all next week. Bye!